just got done raining earlier. It's given me a chance to come out here and do a video about pow burgers. And if you're wondering what a pow burger is, it's a mix of ground beef and ground sausage, pork. Why do I call it a pow burger? Well, I play Defiance, and they have the pow animal crossbreed in the game, so that's what I call it. Also, I want to go over a couple of these different contraptions here, these burger presses. This is just a burger press. Looks kind of dirty. I'm not going to use it anyway, but I find these kind of annoying to use because it tends to stick in here and you kind of have to dig it out, and then the time you get it out it's no longer in a patty shape, so I don't use these. This is actually a burger stuffer, and the way it works is this bottom is removable, so you put the burger in here basically and put that on there to make a cavity, and then put hamburger back on top, flip it over. But I'm not going to be doing all that. I'm not going to stuff it. I'm just going to pat down with my hand, make a reasonable sized patty of those two mixed with some garlic powder, McCormick's hamburger seasoning, some A1 sauce original, and about 3/4 cup of tomato juice. So I'm going to add that to the bowl and be back. I got the tomato juice, the A1 in here, and I'm going to add the garlic. I really don't have a measurement. I probably should as many times I've done this, but kind of add some in. Sometimes I use minced garlic, but if I use a lot of tomato juice, like I am today, I tend to like to use the powdered garlic because it tends to dry up some of that. Should be good. It tends to dry up some of that extra moisture. The thing of the tomato juice I like is it adds a little bit of a flavor, but it gives the burger like a juicy like texture without being greasy. So you can have like a pretty well cooked burger and it be tender without extremely greasy. It turns out pretty good. So I'm going to mix this up and going to kind of try and show how I use this to make a patty. Well, I'm back now after mixing this all up, and I forgot to say that this ratio is 1.5 pounds of ground beef. It's 80-20 fat lean content, and 1 pound of the pork sausage. So usually I just kind of, it's hard to do one hand. I'm going to get a tripod soon, but I kind of just get a feel for a good ball of this, get it about the same size each time. Just kind of work it around in here, kind of push it in, and like I was saying earlier, the nice thing I like about this is getting it out. I don't have to kind of pry at the side and pull. It just does that and it's out. Also, another benefit of adding the pork mixture to the burger is with all that extra A1 sauce and tomato sauce, it tends to make the burger fall apart where you can't like pick it up with your burger flipper without breaking it, and the pork acts as a binder and kind of firms it up a little bit so it doesn't just completely fall apart on you. Well, I'm going to make a couple more of these and set the camera down. Out of that 2.5 pounds total, I got, as you can see, 7 burgers, so a little under half pound a piece, not too bad. Now I want to go over why I'm only using half the grill space instead of spreading this out. Well, I'm going to do a 2-step cook on this. I'm going to be smoking these burgers. This is just the gas side of my grill. I'm trying to keep it simple. This here, this rusty piece of shit is what's known as a charcoal chimney starter. They're about $15. What it's meant to do is you put in the bottom here, you wrap newspaper around the edges to keep the middle open, so like a circle of paper, basically. Light it, you put your charcoal in there, and it lights your charcoal without using lighter fluid or charcoal starter, whatever you want to call it, because a lot of people say, well, the burger tastes like chemicals or whatever. So what I'm using this for is, because I'm not using the charcoal side, I'm using the gas side, but I'm going to use this to take my wood chunks. Get some medium-sized chunks for this. You don't want the real small or real big. These are good size of the bag. This is Western brand wood. It's apple. So what I do is I just put these in here and get as much surface area exposed as I can. Kind of maybe angle them a little bit so the flame kind of goes in the side of them. I put this on as you see, it's on my side burner, my gas side. So these goddamn flies need to go away. Just put them in there and get the gas turned on here. 60-pound tank. Got the gas almost all the way up. I'm just going to wait a few minutes. And what I'm going to do is wait till they're, very well lit. The wood's very well lit. And I'm just going to blow the wood out. Maybe take the tongs and, wave it in the air. And put it over here. So this side will be, these two are going to leave off for now. And then this I'm going to put on medium-low. So the wood will be here above the medium-low, and just let it smoke for a while until it stops, pretty much. Something to keep an eye on is early on, if you see the smoke stops coming out the back of your grill, if you're doing this trick, it means wood's not smoldering, it's actually on fire. And that's not what you want. You want it to smolder. So you can do tricks like, separate your pieces a little bit more. Use a spray bottle of water. Just whatever works for you. I usually just separate the pieces a little bit more and then wave them and they go out. See the wood starting to get going already. It's not nearly ready, but it's going. Anyway, I'll be back here in a little bit. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna throw some brats on here too. I've had these in my freezer for a little while. I buy the brats a lot of times if they have like a really good sale on them or something. I'll buy them in bulk and just freeze them. My favorite brat is actually if you have a Kroger grocery store near you, the mild Italian, the Kroger brand is that's what these are. These are really good brat. The Johnsonville, I really don't care for Johnsonville brats too much, believe it or not, I don't. But that's why I go with Kroger mild Italian. They had them on sale for like $2 a pack, and I bought a bunch of them, and I split them up into packs of 4 and vacuum sealed them. I don't know. I think it makes more sense having a pack of 4 because the buns come in packs of 8, so you can do, the numbers match basically. Anyway, those, see how they are now? They got nice white, several sides get going real well. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that burner off, and I'll bring it over here and just shake some of the ashes out, and just take these pieces out, and just see how they're smoldering real good. It doesn't take much, just blow them out. It's got some good smoke there. Look. Let's see, that's quite a bit of smoke we got going on now. I'm just going to pull these back here towards somewhere towards the front, where away from the vent. And I'm gonna set this on about right there. Of course, the thing ain't gonna light. There we go. All right. One last comment. These burgers, you might think are a little bit different color. That's a lot has to do with the A1 sauce in there. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the lid. Another reason I leave the left burners off with the food is, and this one on the right here, medium low, and cook them kind of slow like this. A lot of the grease will drip off the burgers when there's no flame below it, so you don't have as many flame ups doing it this way. The time you get around to putting the heat actually under the burger, a lot of that grease is already melted off. And I added one more piece of wood, and I added the brats on too, but it's going a little light smoke. It's been about a half hour now, and well, as you can see, the smoke is still just rolling pretty good. That's all from the wood. So wait a little bit and come back and check how it's going. These burgers been on here for almost an hour now. You see they got nice color from the smoke. You see they're not done, but they're getting there. At this point, I'm gonna take all this old wood off and turn the burners on below the burgers. And like I was saying earlier, doing this, a lot of that grease already ran off there, so we'll have less flame ups. Alright, so move the top burger down, and I got everything spread out now, and I got all these burners, they're all on low, all three. I'm just going to let it run like that for a little bit. I suppose from here things are a little more straightforward, self-explanatory, but I'm gonna go ahead and flip everything. I think it's still got a ways to go. Something else I want to point out with a gas grill, your I forget the term for these, but this piece here that sits above your burner, you got a lot of debris build up on that. A lot of times it will retain the grease on it, too much grease, and you get a lot of flame up. So if you keep those relatively clean, you get a lot less those major flame ups. Well, let these go for a little longer. And something I do, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of comments about why did you do that, that's dumb, but I put a little bit of holes in these brats, let some of this excess grease out, and I know people are going to say, oh, you just ruined the brat or whatever, but it's what I do. I don't like them excessively greasy. Anyway, gonna stop it here for now. Be back in a little bit. Right there, when I poke holes in it, you see some of that excess grease coming out, and they're getting there. They're still quite greasy, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip them again. And I hope it doesn't rain again. Well, it's about done. I think that's the least done brat, and it's well over 200, so that's plenty well done. Plenty. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna throw some cheese on and be back. So, here it is, complete. Got some mashed up avocado, some tomato, just basic stuff. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. One last comment I'd like to talk about is you smoke something on the grill or smoke or whatever you're using, it's common to have what's known as smoke ring. It's kind of like a pink ring that is on around the outside edge of the food, and some people confuse it for uncooked, but no, it's not. It's just a chemical reaction with the meat and the smoke. It's called smoke ring. Welcome to Google if you want. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. That's about it. Bye.